Ukrainian Air Force jets have carried out a precision strike using Jdam guided bombs on Russian positions in Pishchain, Donetsk region. These sites were reportedly used to stage and launch assaults on the frontline city of Pokrovsk, a key Ukrainian stronghold under constant pressure. The attack is part of Ukraine's broader strategy of striking enemy concentrations, artillery sites, and command points before they can inflict damage on defensive lines. By using Western-supplied precision munitions, Ukraine not only neutralizes immediate threats, but also forces Russian forces to disperse, relocate, and operate under constant fear of sudden airstrikes, steadily eroding their offensive capacity in the region. As a result of a special operation by the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine, a strike was carried out on the Lukoil Uktaneftepererobotka oil refinery, located approximately 2,000 kilometers from the border. According to sources within the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine, the targeted facility is located in Russia's Komi Republic. The refinery had been supplying fuel and lubricants to occupying forces. Local telegram channels reported that residents had heard several loud explosions in the area of the oil refinery, after which fire trucks, ambulances, and other emergency services had arrived at the site. According to some local public channels, at least one storage tank on the refinery's premises was breached as a result of the explosions. Residents also reported power outages and loss of mobile internet in the city. Sources in Ukrainian intelligence clarified that drones had struck a fuel storage tank, having caused a spill, and also had damaged a unit used for processing gas and gas condensate, which was used in the production of propane, butane, and gasoline. Additionally, during the strike, air traffic at Ukta Airport was temporarily restricted, with both arrivals and departures suspended. The drones used in the attack remain unidentified. A recent report detailed a drone strike on an oil refinery in the city of Saratov, which triggered a large-scale fire. The strike on the facility occurred around 3 a.m. According to local residents, after a series of dozens of explosions, thick black smoke rose into the sky. The scale of the fire was confirmed by NASA satellite data, which detected heat sources at the site. According to this data, the fire was recorded at 03:54 a.m., and based on new photos and videos, it had not yet been extinguished. The Saratov oil refinery is one of Russia's largest industrial enterprises for refining oil and producing gasoline, diesel fuel, fuel oil, road and roofing bitumen, vacuum gas oil, and technical sulfur. Ukrainian fiber-optic drones from the Heart Brigade detected and destroyed camouflaged Russian targets near Vovchansk, despite the use of electronic warfare and nets. Border Guard service footage shows Russian vehicles hidden in a forest belt were hit and destroyed. Both Ukraine and Russia are increasingly using fiber-optic drones for real-time battlefield intelligence. These drones provide high-resolution video feeds with minimal delay, helping commanders make faster, more precise decisions. Their growing use highlights the escalating tech race to gain the upper hand in surveillance and target acquisition on the front lines. In Russian-occupied Mariupol, men who have received Russian passports are now being called up to the military enlistment offices. The 0629 news outlet reported on this. According to the summons, the men are asked to appear at the enlistment offices with the required documents, including their passport and military ID. Additionally, Russia is considering a proposal to reform the current system of conscription by introducing year-round military service, running from January 1st to December 31st. Currently, the relevant amendments to the legislation have been submitted to the State Duma of the Russian Federation by the head of the Defense Committee. According to the initiative, medical examinations, psychological assessments, and draft board sessions will take place continuously throughout the year. Meanwhile, the deployment of conscripts to their places of service will remain limited to 2 periods, from April 1st to July 15th, and from October 1st to December 31st. These periods will be determined by a presidential decree which will specify the units and the number of conscripts. Great! They lived in Ukraine but wanted to live in Russia. Nevertheless, they will die again in Ukraine. Oh, the irony. Senator Graham believes Ukraine will not expel all Russian forces, and Russia will not advance on Kyiv, so a territorial exchange is likely in the end. He also argues that continued armed support for Ukraine is essential to deter Russia with Europe's strongest army.
So, Senator Graham, you take me to my next question. Let's talk about the red lines and what a good deal would look like.
Yeah.
Let's look at the map right now, Senator, there. This is a map of Ukraine. You can see the areas in red currently under Russian control. Now, President Trump this week didn't rule out Ukraine having to give up some of its territory, something the Ukrainians have rejected. Do you believe that Ukraine should sign a deal that includes giving up any part of their territory, Senator?
Well, think about East Berlin and West Berlin as a way a conflict can be settled, at least for a period of time. North Korea and South Korea is in a state of truce. There's never been a final settlement. But I come on your show a good bit. I want to be honest with you. Ukraine's not going to evict every Russian. And Russia's not going to Kyiv. So there'll be some land swaps at the end.
Russian state media propagandists have already arrived in Alaska to make a news report saying that the American state has more than 700 toponyms with Russian roots. Propagandists keep making hints about taking Alaska back.
Шансы на мир. Путин и Трамп в пятницу на Аляске.
Такое слово сказал в первом, это уже не
Репортаж из Анкориджа.
На Аляске более 700 топонимов с русскими корнями. What is your expectation? Какие у вас ожидания?
Есть прекрасная возможность для налаживания диалога.
Почему на Аляске не были ни цари, ни генсеки?
У нас будет встреча с Россией. Место, думаю, оно будет популярным.
План окончания СВО, что подпишут президенты России и США.
Президенты сосредоточатся на обсуждении вариантов достижения долгосрочного мирного регулирования украинского кризиса.
Russian Member of Parliament Andrei Guralev. Russia may impose a ban on imports of Azerbaijani goods and give Azerbaijani local players in Russia a hard time, adding that the special military operation is flexible across the entire border of Russia.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.